This one not the off in mind. And in the touchlight every corner. Okay, some people be they holla say they want the power. Chai, them be promise us say we go get light and power. Them hustle so they can't get the power. But now they know they do anything with the power. Every day, dollar just they get the higher power. Over naira, still them talk say make we off mind. But thank God say my ego don't come. So my people make you ladder. My ego don't come. My people make we shout. My ego don't come. My ego don't come, man of the masses. My ego don't come. My ego die the political. My ego don't come. This one not they off in mind. My ego don't come. Person where they do evil, no one make person talk. Them say that my yegun, that man too they talk. He too they talk. Say my yegun diary, he they hot like pepper. But every day then they take money in bulk. Woman picking, they the street they hawk. Still them talk say make we no talk. But thank God say my yegun don't come. So my people make you laugh. My yegun don't come. My people make you shout. My yegun don't come. Man of the masses. My ego don't come.
Hello there. Good morning to you. Good afternoon to you. And good evening to you from wherever you are watching from. It is Mayegun Live. Apologies for the late starts. I'll tell you about it later. Read the caption of the broadcast, the description of the broadcast, share it as usual, then like the broadcast. To those of you who are waiting for the hope in the hopelessness that Tifnubu called renewed hope, call them, tell them, Mayegun today. I promise to make it up to you. It is going to worth the wait. $2024 budget of renewed Shege. How did they share your money? As you are waiting for them to come and fix their things, you will wait forever. Read the description. Invite the Abobakus and every one of those that you call your enemies or your frenemies or friends. Mayegun today. So, Mutide, good morning to you once again. Good afternoon to you and good evening to you. From wherever you are joining me from, this is Mayegun live. I promised you that the moment I lay my hands on the verified evidence of the padded budgets, whether they will come in pieces or they will come in bulk, you will become aware too, Abi. You remember I promised that, brethren, in the temple of truth, I am here to fulfill that promise so that those of you that think the reason why Nigeria is not working is because people like us will never stop pointing out the factors, the criminals behind why you will wait, tire, or even die, expecting any of this hope from these criminals. They do what they know how to do best. Just around 2017, when Saraki Dogara were those in charge of deciding your budget, right? Obasanjo did say, listen.
Budget padding must not go unpunished. It is a reality which is a regular and systemic practice. Nobody should pull wool over the eyes of Nigerians. Ganging up to intimidate this and threaten the life of whistleblower is deplorable and undemocratic. What of the so-called constituency projects, which is a veritable source of corruption? These constituency projects are spread over the budget for members of the National Assembly, for which they are the initiator and the contractor, directly or by proxy, and money will be fully drawn, with the project only partially executed or not executed at all. The National Assembly cabal of today is worse than any cabal that anybody may find anywhere in our national governance system. Members of the National Assembly pay themselves allowances for staff and offices they do not have or maintain. Once you are a member, you are co-opted, and your mouth is stuffed with rottenness and corruption that you cannot opt out, as you go home with not less than 15 million naira a month for a senator and 10 million naira a month for a member of House of Representatives. The National Assembly is a den of corruption by a gang of unarmed robbers. Budget padding.
The gang of unarmed robbers. That is what Obasanjo called them. Now, most of you will agree with me that this is not new. It just keeps getting worse. Just like the problems of Nigeria. An average Nigerian is an expert in explaining the problems of Nigeria. But after understanding or talking about the problems, after that, Nigerians will begin to put conditions if you decide to go further. Okay? Nigeria is a corrupt place. The politicians are selfish. They always think about themselves and their families. They have been saying that before I was born. So it's not new. Everybody will say it's not new. Well, how come it lasted this long? It is because everyone who knows about the problems of Nigeria, one way or the other, is also an enabler. Because if you have to go further and say, okay, who are those corrupt people That means you have to name names. When you start naming names, people who agree with you that Nigeria has problem, corruption everywhere, they are useless, very heartless people. When you begin to now name names, they will begin to now take sides. It's either the list is not complete because their own men or their own people or somebody from their religion, somebody from their tribe or ethnic whatever, or political party is the one you listed. What about others? And that is why the criminal politicians in Nigeria who have become inspiration for the wannabe thieves, army of criminals, enabling criminals. So, talking about them stealing money in National Assembly, padding budget, and buying cars, these are not new. That's what Nigerian will tell you. But what Mayegu will tell you or show you is how all of this affects you. Whether you are keeping your mouth shut, whether you are those who they are giving peanuts, crumbs to ensure that people's mouths are shut or gaslighted or threatened. You. Because you need to understand how this affects you, affects your livelihood, affects your safety, your security, including your economic security. Do you not know that when you have source of income, legitimate source of income, that you can take care of your family, take care of yourself? Do you not know that is a security on its own? Do you think security is only about carrying guns and trying to defend you? Many people are dying from hunger. These are not people killed by bullets. They are killed by hunger. A lot of families have been broken because of this poverty. So that is what Mayego will show you. So that when you are taking sides, you must be very aware of what you are signing up to or signing up for. That's what Mayego will show you. None of you will tell me you don't know about all of this. Tell me you did not grow up to be hearing news like this. What did you do to it? What did we do? Along the line in your life, did you not take sides? But you also need to understand whether your own is momentary benefits or I owe you benefits. Like the people they sold Tifnumbu to in Ekiti. And they actually had to vote on credit. One of the horror of 2023 charade. So I will show you. And then when you begin to take your sides, you will be aware of what you are signing up for. That is where your conscience now comes in. You can be a different person in public. You can be a clout chaser in public. You can be a troll in public. You can be an ethnic or tribal champion in public. Or in private, after watching or listening to Mayegu, your choices, and the consequences of your choices, you will never deny them. Right? So today, one of the things that you have to know is that any country that writes budgets, they are writing budgets based on available data. You plan on data. Data includes if you are planning hospitals to improve on medical health care system in your country. Number one, you have to start with, infrastructure, personnel, staffing, and all of that stuff, right? And then who are these people going to serve? And for what and what target? You work with that data. That is when you now go back and start working. We are trying to build an hospital for mothers and and child. We want to build mother and child hospital to care for 500,000 women and their children in this demography area. We want to make sure that this facility is not going to be far away from the people it's meant to serve. This facility is going to have all of the adequate, facilities infrastructure in to make it function, right? We are going to, all that stuff. That's the data you plan with. In Nigeria, they do not have any data to plan with. And that is why today, the Nigerian senators who received the supposed budget from Tifnumbu decided to insert their own non-existing projects with billions and billions of money allocated to them. Like I said, it's not new. You have been hearing it. Somehow, you do not know how that actually affects you. Okay. I just gave a description of an hospital, a medical facility, right? That could serve 500,000 people for years, give that community jobs and healthcare, okay? And if they say, how much is that going to be? Oh, it's going to cost us 100 billion naira. And then you put it in your budget. Okay, we want to provide vehicles, okay, for our policemen, and we want to renovate all of the police stations, and we want to build new ones. Okay, how many are we renovating? How many new ones are you building? How much is each one? What are the capacity? What are the purposes? And all of that stuff, you put all of that data together. That's when you now say, okay, to build all of that, we need 500 or we need 5,000 renovations to do. We also need to build 2,000 new ones. All of that, those information, like including you want to buy vehicles. Then you can now say, okay, to do all of that is going to cost us 100 billion. So that's how you put all your planning. So that means you will see, let me use another one again, electricity. Oh, we need to improve on our electricity capacity in the country. How much are they generating right now? How much do we need? How can we get that? You begin to now say, okay, which areas do we think we can actually start pumping power in, and then we can spread it to other areas? The data comes in. You say, oh, we have the capacity to generate and distribute 10,000 in a space of 1 year. How much is that? Oh, it's going to be 100 billion naira. Put it in the budget. So what that then means is when they read budget to you, you have something you are expecting. Yes, there are other factors. So like, where are they going to see the money? Are they going to borrow the money? Are they going to increase the taxes and all of that stuff? They will explain that in the budget too. But when they now say the president of your country has signed your budget, and they say they are going to spend 500 billion on healthcare, that's all Nigerians always hear. After that, it is contract galore. Contracts that will never be done. Okay. So if they now say, okay, 500, they are sending you 100, they've signed a budget. So the total of your budget is now 5 trillion naira. Okay. That means when they say your president has signed your budget, that simply means in a year time, you are going to have over 7,000 nearly brand new police posts. You are going to see policemen with at least 5,000 new cars, because the budget said they will get those cars. And then the community that need healthcare that says that will serve 500,000 mothers and children. They know that by December they will get one, because they would have told them, say, okay, this thing is going to cost. It's going to take us 2 years to build, and it's going to cost us 100 billion. So that means in a year, that community that just got an healthcare facility, they will be waiting for it and say, but not in Nigeria. So what they do most of the time is that the criminals in the executive, they will draft their own budget. In that budget, there's something called overhead expenditures. Expenditures are expenses. They do not add anything to the country. They are like services given to you, salaries. And that is where they hide their own salaries that they do not explain in your budget. All of them, from the executive. Okay, wait, I'm coming to the other part, the legislatures. But from the executive, judiciary, and the rest of them, when they submit their budget, you will see budgets of Nigeria, country that needs so much. But the money, you will see over 70% of their budget goes into overhead expenditures, salaries of politicians, travel allowances, salaries of workers too, but they won't pay those workers. Do you understand? They will pay themselves. They have never been owed. I have never seen Nigeria political appointees protested that they've not paid their salaries. So by the time the document lands in the National Assembly, those ones are already rubbing their hands like, bring it on, bring it on, bring it on. So when the executive comes with, we are submitting 25 trillion, the National Assembly thieves, they will say, no, that's not enough. No. Have you ever seen something like that? Usually their job is to scrutinize everything brought to them. And sometimes during Obasanjo's time, you will see National Assembly, they will cut down the salary, the budget. They will say, Obasanjo submitted 4 trillion budget or 2 trillion budget. They will cut it down to 1.8 trillion. I mean, some of us were old enough to remember those days, Abi. And Obasanjo, the madman, ain't go find means to remove anybody where no one may get what he wants. So that's when the group comes in. Okay. So by the time they will now return the budget that they have passed back to the president to sign, it would have jumped by trillions. So these trillions, they are strategically planned. They will be planted in different ministries, agencies, parastatals, proposed budgets. For example, Ministry of Agriculture, building a town hall for a church. Ministry of Foreign Affairs, buying cars for royal fathers. Ministry of Works, subsidizing pilgrimage to Jerusalem and Mecca. All of these are inserted in there, and with ridiculous amount of money, like constructing 1,150 street light poles. Baba, 1,150 poles of solar paneled street lights. They will construct each. Well, it's going to cost them 225 billion naira to construct 1,150 street lights. Not electric pole, street lights. And when we broke that down, it will cost them 175 million naira to build one. Which kind of street be that? And that is the street where the people there are dying of hunger. The youth in those communities, they are jobless. But the budget that was supposed to put them to work, give them job, or those who are hungry to actually have an economy they can feed themselves or support from the state, that could help a lot of people. They are constructing one street light pole for 175 million naira. Ladies and gentlemen, use their own exchange rate. That's to dollars, 175 million naira. That's almost like $100,000. Americans, let's say now get too much money all over the world. Would you see your government construct street lights with $2.5 million that will end up being each of them, $250 million, and each of them will cost them $100,000. Una no go protest. What kind of a country is that? Eh? So I have a copy. We are going to go to the part where I'm going to show you the copy. In fact, I'm going to try and put it behind me here so that it can be, I can be in the bottom side and that can be behind me. So this guy raised the alarm and there is no response from anywhere in Nigeria. A lot of things have been told. Nigerians have been told a lot of things that they would never, or they have never reacted in unison. Tifnumbu said drug dealing history became so open that the whole world was watching. Is that a real country or a joke of a country? Do they really have people in that country that a drug baron, a drug dealer, drug lord will become their president? Is that even possible? That happened. The conflicts for jihad, the people that are sponsoring terrorism in Nigeria with evidence, the Islamic jihadists, those who are domiciled in Jos, those who are domiciled in Sokoto, all of them, we have all this expose. Everybody read it. Everybody read it. Yet no reaction. Wait till go make you react. But this guy said he has opened a can of worm. It's up to you. Let it be on record. I'll let you see this.
And that is why when I say I know this parliament very well, I have come a long way.
So since you know the parliament, have you erred?
And that's why we're speaking. Let's speak. Have they ever asked me since the beginning of this so-called crisis, where are your findings? Where are your documents? And I said, I'm not using my head to come up with figures. Where are your evidence? Nobody has talked to me about evidence. Nobody has suggested to even listen to me. All they are running helter-skelter is how do we make sure that Ningi is silenced?
Well, you said you investigated.
I'm coming.
Yeah.
How do you make sure that Ningi is silenced so that he doesn't do anything? How do you make sure that Ningi is arrested so that he doesn't do anything? I have opened this can of worms. Neither them nor me will be able to control it. And that is why.
That's his belief. Neither them nor himself will be able to control the kind of worm he has opened. Baba, they don't open drum of worm. Since me, Umayegun, since I have been doing this, I have helped a lot of fact finders. I have helped a lot of, investigative journalists who have done serious jobs to help our consciousness, to give us evidence rather than rumors or fictions, to show us these guys, to show us who they are. So Alaye no be kind of worm go shake these people anymore, Jerry. Me, I have witnessed opening. I mean, in total, the kind of worms that I have joined people to open on top these criminals in Nigeria in the last 10 years alone. You go past one every ship, one kiloton cargo ship. The drum of war. The drum of worms that we have opened. But anyway, let this also be on record. You know what they are doing? When they tell you that your president has signed 28.77 trillion naira budget, the president, the people around him, none of them look into the document. It's a very big document. Over 7,000 projects. 7,000 projects. That is worth over 7 trillion naira. Fake projects are inside that bundle book. Nobody read it. Well, you see that Nengi guy, he knew where to go and read. He's one of them. And his allegation or his exposure, his expose, they've all been confirmed. It is true. Over 7,000 projects, fake projects, are part of what Tifnumbu signed. And the effort is to make sure that why are you raising alarm? When they find, I mean, you remember that they told you that some of them collected over 500 million. Well. The senior ranking officers of the National Assembly of Nigeria that collected over 500 million naira constituency project money paid to them to go and construct roadblock, to go and construct clinics for you or street light and boreholes. One of them has come out and said, yes, well, this is the third person. The third has come out to say it is true. But waiting they don't tell you, be say all of us collected, all other people collected 200 million. Of course, we are all senators. All animals are equal. But some animals are more equal than the others. Then they commit crimes. And they call it official stealing. Official stealing. They commit financial crimes. They go on national TV and justify it. And you, their victims, they are all regular customers. You said they are what? They are smart politicians, Abi. All animals are equal. But some are more equal than the others.